Hello everyone on Facebook Live and Instagram Live. Welcome to Move with Megan. I'm Dr. Megan Brady, and this evening we are finishing out the month of September. Can you believe it? We have completed the whole month, and this month's self-care challenge has been a focus on stretching. So this evening we will wrap up with a very short but effective stretching exercise that's going to target the whole body. All you need this evening, besides comfy clothes and water, is a space to move. So really easy to jump into a stretching routine. So we'll get started. And if you're more comfortable seated, you can sit for any of the stretches that we're going to do tonight. But I'll demonstrate some of them standing. We're going to begin with our feet right underneath our hips in a nice tall posture. We're just going to start with a nice deep breath in through the nose and then out through the nose or mouth. And I encourage you to keep your breathing going the entire time we're stretching to help move that oxygen flow to the muscles. We're just going to begin with some nice light head circles. So we're just going to be again rolling the neck a little bit, just through a comfortable, pain-free range of motion. Nice and slow and steady works well in one side. Take it a few times. And then we'll switch sides going in the opposite direction. So nice, slow, gentle shoulder rolls, keeping your shoulders down, away from your ears, nice and relaxed. Just the head is moving in gentle rolls. You can have your eyes open on a steady spot, or if you prefer to kind of start to look inwards, you can close your eyes. Just make sure you feel steady. Then we'll come back to the middle. There should never be any dizziness or any pain with any of these exercises. We just really want to take it slow. We're next going to bring the chin down towards the chest, tucking the chin down. We'll pause. And then we can inhale, come up, either stopping at the middle, or you can look up slightly. Then we'll come back to the middle. Always a comfortable motion. We'll do that twice more each direction. Chin to chest, pausing at the bottom. And then inhaling back to the middle, or maybe slightly looking up to open through the front of the throat. And then slowly coming back for one more time, bringing the chin down to the chest, feeling the stretch, slowly working down. And then looking up. So if we're just working our yes muscles, the nodding muscles, we're going to start to work our no muscles a little bit by turning the head in one direction. We're going to pause, and then we'll come back to the middle, carving a line with the nose, meeting nice and straightforward, keeping the shoulders relaxed down away from the ears. We're going to carve a line to the opposite side. And the common thing is going to be to want to twist or rotate the body, but we're keeping that chest nice and wide open as we turn the head again one direction. And then coming back to the middle. Then gently rotating that pain-free range. And you might notice you can go maybe a little bit farther the second time around. And we'll come back to the middle. By the way, you can do as many of any of these as you like. You can, do 10 of these if it feels good and you want to kind of work into it a little bit more. But we'll just be doing one more each side. Last one turning to the left. And I always tell my patients that even if you can just fit one in each direction every day, a good place is in the car, every stop light or stop sign, try to get that full neck rotation in. Next, we're going to tilt the ear down to the shoulder at the neck. So we're going to pause on one side. Then we're going to inhale back to the middle. And then now to the other direction. And the common thing here is going to be we want to tilt the whole body, keep the shoulders nice and level, chest open, just tilting the ear down towards one side, pain-free range. And then like you're kind of tilting around your nose, coming up to the middle, and tilting in the opposite direction. Nice. Inhale, getting tall. We'll do one more each side. Like you're wearing a nice kind of long dangly earring that's reaching down towards one shoulder. And then touching on the other. Nice. And with all stretches, we just want to find what feels good. So what's different from, me to you may be different. What's different from left to right may be different. So just doing what feels good on each side. Next, we're going to work down to our shoulders, and we're just going to do some really nice gentle shoulder rolls, bringing the shoulder blades up, back, and down. We'll do maybe about 10 of these, slowly rolling the shoulder blades back, looping as you inhale. Exhaling, plugging the shoulders down and back. So it's like you're pinching a pencil between the blades, opening the chest up. We'll do about 5 more. Nice deep breaths. If you're at a computer desk all day or over a car, you'll know how important that bringing those shoulder blades back and kind of reversing where we're used to being all day or most of the day. Do one more. Nice. Now we're going to take it into some arm circles. So we're going to bring the arms up to the shoulder level. We're just going to do some nice tight shoulder circles to start with. So just kind of beginning drawing small circles, small lines. And then as we go, kind of maybe opening it up a little bit wider. Again, always pain-free range, just finding where it feels comfortable for the shoulders, just trying to kind of open them up, bring some blood flow to that ball and socket joint on either side. And then we'll come back to the middle again. We'll reverse directions, so going forwards. And then widening it up. And bigger isn't always better, by the way. Sometimes just staying in those small circles. Sometimes kind of even just bending over and letting your shoulders kind of relax into circles can feel really good. Recommend that a lot with my patients who have shoulder pain, just kind of bending over and letting the shoulders relax like a pendulum. We'll do one more here and then relax the shoulders. Next, we'll bring the hands out and then like you're giving yourself a big hug, big bear hug, kind of squeeze the arms across, give yourself a little squeeze. Inhale and then exhale, bring the hands back down. And then we're going to bring the arms out. We're going to switch over to the other side. So opposite arm is going to come on top. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then back down. Nice. Next, we're going to take the wrist. We're just going to kind of drop the hand down. Give yourself a little bit of an overpressure to stretch through the top part of the forearm. We'll be here for about 30 seconds or so. Just relaxing your shoulder down away from your ear. Sometimes our shoulder wants to kind of hike up, but keeping your shoulders nice and relaxed from each other. We're focusing just on the top of the forearm here. So we'll take 3 more nice deep breaths. Nice in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. 1 more. Nice. And then we'll take it over to the other side. Same thing, hand's going to come down, a little bit of overpressure. We're looking for that stretch that's kind of going along the top part of the arm. And again, if you spend a lot of time riding motorcycles or spending time on your computer or driving, you'll definitely feel some of the muscles that we're working around the forearms. These poor forearms do so much for us. And then we'll relax that. We'll bring our hands down to kind of like a prayer formation here. We'll kind of drop the wrists a little bit lower. And we'll spend about 30 seconds here. Again, keeping your shoulders nice and relaxed away from your ears. See if you can keep your wrists really in contact with each other. Sometimes they want to kind of come apart as we go lower, but if you can keep those wrists like they're super glued together, and as far as you can drop them comfortably, getting a moderate stretch in the forearms on the opposite side. We'll take 2 more nice deep breaths in and out. Nice. 1 more inhale. And 1 more exhale. Sweet. Now we're going to drop it a little bit lower to the back. We're going to start by going side to side. So dropping the hand down one side, inhaling, coming back to the middle, and then slowly taking your time going towards the other direction. And again, it's always easy to kind of, fall over into it or raise your hip up. But see if you can't keep your feet glued down to the ground and your hips nice and squared and steady, rooting through that left hip and that left foot, just kind of sliding the right hand down the right side, opening up the left side body, inhaling to the middle, finding some length in your spine, and then exhaling towards the left, rooting through that right side. We'll inhale to the middle. We'll do one more on each side. And I know for me, when I go to my right, my left is like, oh, talking to me a little bit. Feel it. Inhaling middle. And then, we may be able to go a little bit farther, do a little bit more on the opposite side. And that's okay. Nice. Now we'll take it to some rotation. So you can keep your hands down by your sides and just do a little bit of turning. If you'd like to kind of cross your arms over each other like a genie. We're going to keep the hips squared and level and just a little bit of turning rotation, shoulders, head, neck in one direction, coming back to the middle, and twisting like you're twisting from the belly button, like you're wringing a sponge going in the opposite direction. Nice. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rinse and twist. Pain-free range, nice and slow. Inhale, middle. Exhale, side. Nice. Inhale, middle. And one more to the right. And one more to the left. Getting those nice rotations in. As we get older, sometimes we lose rotation in our spine, our neck, we lose that fluidity. So doing these daily can help keep that motion in your spine. Next, you can take your hands to the base of your back. And, if your back doesn't like to go back super far, that's fine. Just kind of maybe focus on, lifting your chest up a little bit, not really, doing a back bend over, but seeing if you can kind of breathe in and coming back a little bit. And then returning back to the middle. So we have some strength in our thighs and strength in our bum as we're stretching the back gently. And we'll do that one more time, little mini standing extension. Nice. And that should feel good. That shouldn't increase any pain. It's kind of similar to laying on the stomach and working a little bit on extension. Again, some motions we tend to lose as we age and the spine tends to come forward. We like to really work on maintaining that extension, whether laying on your stomach or doing it standing. Next, we're going to do a little bit of a forward fold down to the ground. If your back is not happy going all the way forward, I have a few recommendations, like bringing your knees a little bit farther apart from each other, your feet a little farther apart, bending your knees nice and generously, bending your hips. So if you like that little bit of a bent stance, we'll take your hands to the middle. We're going to first reach up overhead. And then slowly we're going to start to bend forward at the waist. Just nice and easy. Bending down between the legs, only as far as feels okay. If you reach the knees, that's great. The shins, that's phenomenal. If you like to reach towards the ankles or the toes, you can go there too. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then slowly starting at the base of the spine, kind of working our way back up. We're going to inhale. And then roll the shoulders back at the top. So we'll do that twice more. If you'd like to take it seated in a chair, that's good. If you want to bring your feet a little closer together, you don't feel like you need to bend your knees, that's fine. I like to have a nice bend in both knees just to relax the hamstrings, really focus on reaching up and then slowly bending forward. 5 seconds here. Relax the head, the jaw, the neck, and then inhale, slowly come back up. Inhaling at the top. Nice. We'll do one more of those. So breathing in, reaching up overhead. And then exhaling, slowly coming down between the legs. Pause. And inhale, coming back up. Like a string of blocks or a string of pearls slowly working their way back up towards the head. All right. Great job. We're going to work our way down to the ground now. Again, also on offer to sit in a chair and do some of these. So if we sit down on the ground, we're going to bring the legs out apart from each other in a little bit of kind of a straddle stance. And we're first going to sit up nice and tall. And then we're going to slide the hands down between the knees. And we're going to be here for about 5 deep breaths. So going just as far as feels comfortable. Chest up. We'll take 5 breaths inhaling through the nose. Exhaling, seeing where else you can relax and release a little bit more. By the way, the same thing always goes here if you want to have kind of your knees bent a little bit, or maybe some pillows underneath your knees. That can feel good to kind of relax the hamstrings a little bit more. But if you're with me, we'll do another 2 breaths. And one more. And then we'll inhale, coming back to the middle. We're going to take it to each side now. So sitting up nice and tall, turning slightly towards the right leg. If you want to just reach down towards the thigh or the knee or the top of the shin, that's great. Just as far as feels comfortable. Chest up, leaning forward towards that right leg. You don't have to, fold yourself over your body or be doing splits to get a good stretch. We'll take 3 more breaths here. And last one. And inhale, coming back to the middle. And we'll take it to the other side. So maybe you go the same distance or a little bit farther, whatever feels good on this side. By the way, never bouncing or forcing your way into a stretch. We just want to kind of gradually work into it, breathe into where it feels good that day. So we'll take 3 more breaths here. One more. And then inhale back to the middle. We're going to work our way down to the ground now to do a figure 4 stretch. If you have a wall to use, that's what I'm going to demonstrate on. But if you're just laying on the couch or the bed, you can do this stretch for your hips. The classic way is to cross one ankle over the other knee and then kind of hug your knee towards your chest. But if you have a wall available to you, I suggest coming a little bit closer to the wall. You can put one foot on the wall, crossing the other ankle over your knee, and then just giving a little bit of overpressure towards that left side. So pushing the knee away from you. You can put a hand on your ankle to keep it steady there. And we're looking for a moderate stretch in that ball and socket joint, in that hip there. We'll be here for about 5 deep breaths. You want to inhale, lengthen through your spine. And then exhale, imagine your knee floating away from you, never forcing it, just letting gravity do the work. Nice. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. 2 more nice inhales. And exhales. 1 more. And then we'll release. We'll bring that ankle off the other knee. If you're on the ground, you're going to relax both feet down. You're going to cross the ankle over and then hug that knee towards your chest. But I like having the wall kind of do a little bit of the work here for me. So the foot's planted on the wall. You have one hand on the knee, gently pushing away towards that opposite direction. One hand on the ankle here. And you're pushing just as far as you can without, twisting the rest of your body. You're keeping everything else kind of steady. Just seeing how far you can bring that knee away from you for a good 30 seconds here. Nice deep breaths. And we may not even feel like we're holding tension in our hip. We may feel like we're holding in our forehead or our feet. Seeing where else you can try to relax your jaw. Two more breaths. And last one. And we'll bring that foot back down. All right. If you're on your back, you can roll to your side, sit up. You can sit against the wall, bring both legs in front of you. We're just going to finish with some ankle rolls. So we'll take the ankles either in small circles, or if you want to gradually make them a little bit bigger, just bringing it through a nice comfortable range of motion. See if you can bring a little bit of a stretch to your calf muscles as you come up. We'll point away as you go down. And then if you're going in one direction, see if you can switch directions. A little exercise for the brain there. I always think of that like rubbing your stomach and patting your head at the same time, seeing if you can switch it up. And that's the great thing about exercise and stretching, not just that it's keeping our muscles limber and strong throughout the course of our life, but time and time again with research studies, exercise is shown to help with memory, with mood, with cognition. There is pretty much nothing that exercise, isn't. There's no danger unless you're, jumping out of airplanes and counting that as exercise. As long as you stick to what feels good and create a routine that works for you, exercise and stretching is what's going to help in the long run. So I thank you for joining me on this journey through September and the self-care challenge of stretching. And I hope that you get a chance to move every day and find the stretches that work for you. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great rest of the night.